My talk will be from Al Mughayr to Silicon Valley.
This is where I grew up. This was my village.
It's a small village in the Wadrigh. For those who don't know, it's Walaية الواد, located between Biskra and Shajrة.
I never knew that electricity existed until I was 12. We did not have even running water. No fridge, no internet. This is the extent of technology that I got to. That's my phone at that time. So that's where I started.
Literally, it could have been anybody. I just happened to be a number in probabilities. Just a probability happened that it's me. It could have been anybody. And I am absolutely no different than any of you. And I will go through some points just to make the point that anybody could have done it. At the age of 12, I had an idea. I didn't know. I was in the Sahara Desert, small village. You don't know anything. So I had this idea. I used to go buy soap. My mom sent me to buy soap, and there are cards there, some cards for games and all this. And I had this idea. I was a kid, so I wanted to make a game, and that I'll teach people geography. And I was thinking about how to do it, and I went to people and said, "This will make it very good." I made my card, and I went to people, try to incite them to do it, and people look at me crazy. But I did not know what it is at that time, so I just in the middle. So I gave up the idea, but I never let that dream go away. I had it, I never let it go. When I finished my PhD, I took 6 months and I worked on it, and I made it a game, and it sells all over the world, and I get royalties on it. So never let your dream die, even if it stays inside. Whenever you have the chance, do it. So to get out of my place, I realized the only way possible for me, with the background I have, is education. Education, education, education. And I had a lot of gaps, a lot of holes. So I took all the classes, and all these practical classes and all this. And my last few years at Stanford, I was doing a PhD in solar energy at that time. And there is this guy, these two guys, they came to me and they said, "We are interested to do a startup in semiconductors." And I go, "What is a startup?" And they want me to be the the CTO of the company. I said, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm going to Algeria to teach." And that's what I was sent. I was sent to go and come back and teach. So many years later, a few years later, I ran into these guys. I found they were there. They were selling company. The company sold for $100 million. Why I'm telling this story is these are people that believed in me more than I believed in myself. That's the worst thing that can happen to a human being, that somebody else believes in you more than you believe in yourself. So I just hit me, the biggest thing hit me in life. And I went and I wanted to know everything about startups, how to do companies, I learned everything possible. Life, when you do things, you should not try to be better than anybody. You have to be better than yourself. Better yourself. Get to know yourself and do better than you can. Don't worry about anybody. We don't all start with the same point. Some people have their fathers is Bill Gates, and some people have Mahatma Gandhi, I guess, or something like that. So we don't have the same funding. So we start differently. So you do what you can with what you have, and you push forward. And while going, so what you do is you take it step by step. You set goals, and you go step by step, and don't worry about what's happening around you. So it's small, solid steps and strong goals. And while going, remember to leave your footprints. You have to go and leave your footprints. For whatever you do, you are a farmer, you are a scientist, you are somebody sweeps the floors, you try to do the best you can. And that's what all you need to do. So if you look at it this way, it looks like stairs going up. This is life, is very easy. In fact, life is not like that, unfortunately. It's more like this. At least my life has been like this, or even worse. So you go up and down and up and down, and life is full of ups and downs, and you have to ride them and take them to where, and just wake up every time when you do it. I will tell you small stories. So I went to my taxman, a guy who's about 80 years old, and he was doing his taxes, my taxes, and he told me, "Let me tell you an advice." And he said, "Look, you are not old